Okay, let's get this show on the road. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday today. We're going to be playing some Mario and some Elden Ring today, but we're going to start off with the Mario. We're actually streaming on a Monday in the afternoon, like I've been trying to. Like I say on my schedule that I do. Nope. Mario, why are you not showing up on screen? Why are you being like this? You worked in my test. Why are you not working now? Oh, it looks like it got deleted. What the hell? How did it get deleted off of this? I hate it here. And the sound got deleted too? What the hell is going on? Okay, pictures there. That's good. What about the sound? Okay, there we go. That is so strange. This all worked perfectly fine in my testing, and now I go live and everything breaks. But that's just how it works sometimes. Okay, we are nearing the end of this hack. It's been a fun one, but a challenging one. So, yeah. We're nearing the end. Hopefully we finish it today. We've got a lot more time than we typically do on Mondays because I'm actually starting on time this time. Whereas last week I started 4 hours late, and the week before I missed, or was it the other way? Whatever. I've been missing streams and being late lately, but not today. Today we're actually on time. So let's just go right into it. If I remember, the preview of this level, yeah, you get to re-grab the shell a lot. Really cool gimmick. You go throughout the whole level with just a single shell. Of course, there were a few sections there where just one shell actually made it more difficult and kind of annoying, but it is what it is. But I realized something earlier, right before stream actually, while talking with some friends in Discord. I haven't really played a whole lot of new games this year. Last year I played an unusual amount of like new stuff, but this year I think there's maybe like 2 or 3 like games that came out this year that I played. Otherwise I've been playing a whole lot of old stuff. And a lot of multiplayer stuff as well. But yeah, it's been a strange year of gaming for me because typically there's at least 2 or 3 games, 2 or 3 big Hallmark games that come out in a year. And I'm like, yeah, I have to play this day one. But so far, this year's been kind of a nothing burger for me. Which, you know, sometimes you get a year like that. And it's okay with me because there's plenty of games I've been playing in my backlog. Like finally getting back to the Yakuza games this year. Yakuza 4. Honestly, might be my game of the year as far as like new to me games go. I really enjoyed my time with Yakuza 4. But yeah, I'd like to think... I like to make a list every year about, like, here are my favorite games that I played this year. But this year's gonna be strange, because I don't really know what I would consider my favorite games from this year. Just because I've been spending so much time playing multiplayer stuff. As far as multiplayer stuff goes, I don't even know. So I tend to categorize things in my brain between, like, single-player stuff that I play just for me and multiplayer stuff that I play to have fun with friends or whatever, right? And sometimes there's overlap in that category, like Final Fantasy XIV, for example. It is currently both one of my favorite games to just play by myself and one of my favorite games to play with friends, right? But typically the line is pretty clear between stuff I play for me and stuff I play with friends. But even if I only look at the multiplayer games this year, I'm not really sure what I would say takes the cake as far as, like, ooh, this has been my favorite game to play this year. It's just been a really strange year, is what I'm trying to say. Like a really, really strange year. It doesn't even feel like a year that's been lacking in good games, necessarily. But I've not played a lot of games just for me. A lot of games I've been playing this year have been either for stream or for multiplayer stuff. Plus, time is convoluted. I couldn't tell you what games came out this year versus what games came out last year. The last 2 years have kind of blended together in my mind. In a good way, not a bad way. Right? Like, it's felt like one really long roller coaster these last 2 years. Hell, I couldn't even really tell you what I've played just the last few months. That's been new. So, like, 2 months ago I finished Yakuza 4. Or was that... or last month I finished Yakuza 4? Something like that. Peak came out this month? Last month? Something like... within the last month? Something like that. And that's new, I've played that. There was that ninja game I played on stream. Cyber Shadow. That's new to me. Oh, hello, Kaneki. I was just discussing the strange year that it has been for video games for me. Because I haven't actually played much new stuff at all this year. Like, I was thinking, I played Metaphor earlier this year, but that was a game that came out last year. I'm playing Elden Ring, but that's a game that came out 3 years ago. You've been lurking? Yeah, so you know that, like, I'm just talking about... I don't know, it's just been a weird year for games. It's not like I'm not playing stuff, but it just feels like I'm not... Like, maybe it's just the fact that I keep going back to... keep going back to the same few things over and over this year. I've played a lot of, like, Lethal Company, a lot of Final Fantasy XIV... Lots of Elden Ring and Persona 5. The new game you played this year is Cult of the Lamb. That's not new this year either. Genuinely, the only thing that is coming to mind that is new this year for me so far is Peak. Although, wait, no. What's that Lethal Company-like game? Repo. I've also played Repo. I guess that's new this year, right? Both of those are friend swap though, so not sure how much those count. Okay, if that's the end of the level there, right, then this will be a piece of cake. Yeah, so Repo's new as well, so I guess Repo and Peak, both new games I played this year. Friendship is in this year, apparently. You join the stream and immediately see the word? Ah, yes. Friend slop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about friend slop and how friend slop was the theme of this year. What month did Rivals 2 come out? Was that December? Or November of last year? Because I feel like it was last year. I'm trying to like mentally put a list together of all of the new games I've played this year, and it's really... Oh, City of the Wolves, that came out this year. So that's new. That's actually, so far, of the things I've said, Peak, Repo, City of the Wolves takes the cake. Easy for me. Rivals came out in October last year? What the fuck? You're telling me Rivals 2 is coming on to a year old soon? Man, I hate getting old. Not because being older sucks, but like, because time's just nonsense when you get older. Time is like a blur. Like, it's almost been a month since my my sub button and my, you know... It has almost been a month since my affiliate stream, right? And my birthday. And that's... It feels like I've only streamed twice since then. It's already mid-August this year. It's been both painfully slow and ridiculously fast. That's what it feels like, right? If you had told me it was last week, you would have believed me. Yeah, like, if someone had said that to me as well, I would have been like, yeah, it was like a week and a half ago. For you, the main thing that makes time zoom is just looking forward to things constantly. See, for me, the thing that, like... This is just the way I've always been. But, like, I have a pretty... I don't want to say an addictive personality, but it's the only way I've been able to describe it in my life. I have a pretty addictive personality, right? So, the only way I have been able to keep track of time in my life is, like, what am I currently obsessed with? Except this last year, right? 2025 has been like... I've been constantly moving between a whole bunch of different things, so it just feels weird. There is no current obsession. Like, I could tell you, 2021 was the year that I watched an absolute ton of Hunter x Hunter for the first 3 months, and that's how I remember January through March. It was just like, yep, those were the months when I was watching Hunter x Hunter. And the rest of the year was like, oh, I was obsessing over making ramen. 3 months casual. Listen, I had other things going on in my life too, okay? Like work and stuff, you know? And friends. And let's see, 2019 was the year that I played Counter-Strike Global Offensive literally every day. Literally every day. There was not a day in 2019 when I did not pick that game up. So this year is Tulipy's fault for not providing enough ball time. You know what? Now that I think about it, yes. I'll probably remember parts of this year because this is the year that I watched Dragon Ball. Although the schedule for watching that was all over the fucking place. For like 4 months, we watched like maybe 10 episodes, and then suddenly we watched 50 episodes in like 3 days. I'll have to make note in the future not to watch something that I actually, like, care about. Not to tie watching something that I actually really care about with someone who lives on the opposite side of the planet. Because lining our schedules up... So, for anybody who doesn't know, right, I recently, in Peeves Discord, Peeves Community Discord, I watched all of Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, with a friend. One of Peeves' mods, Tulip. Right? He lives in the Netherlands. I live in Florida. We had to line our schedules up in order to watch together because, well, that's what we were doing. We were having a fun time watching some Dragon Ball together. But that was miserable because middle of the day Sunday for me is early in the morning Monday for him, which means he's off to work. Is it generally why you don't watch things with people if you haven't already seen it? Yeah. I don't know why we decided to watch Dragon Ball together. It's just sort of something that happened. Like I know not to tie myself to other people when it comes to playing new games or watching new stuff. But in this one particular instance, it just sort of happened. And for a little bit there, I was like, yeah, I don't really care that much about Dragon Ball, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I shouldn't actually want to watch it that much. But when we stopped in, like, the middle of an arc, I did actually want to know what was going to happen next. I'm still... So, after watching Dragon Ball, I'm still not a huge Dragon Ball fan, right? I was a pretty large Dragon Ball Z hater back in high school. I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was like 17. It had been like fucking, I don't know, 15 years since it had finished airing. Something like that, right? And I watched Dragon Ball Z and I thought, yeah, no, it's not very good. I don't know why people like this so much. So going into watching Dragon Ball, I felt the same thing. I felt I was going to be like, yeah, it's probably not going to be very good. But somewhere in the middle there, I was quite liking it. And then towards the end, it's just like, yeah, no. This is still pretty much the same thing. The only way we would actually do that is if beforehand there was a conversation that was like, oh, okay, so I'm going to want to do this basically constantly until it's done. And that was agreed upon. Or if the speed was discussed at the very least. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Tulip and I were both, when we started it, we both had a lot of time, and then Tulip got busy. So I think we both just kind of assumed that, like, oh, we've got a lot of time right now, we'll just get through this all very quickly. And then life be life. Okay. Please be the end. Ah! What the fuck am I supposed to do there? Wait. Why did he jump? I'm fucking confused. I'm sure you'll remember minimum eye level coils. Oh. If you mean for, like, remembering a chapter of my life, yes, I will remember that it took us, like, actually 6 months of real lifetime to finish the first raid series of Final Fantasy XIV. If I get back to that section, like soon, I'll probably just pause and then, like, look at what I need to do, because I think I understand what I need to do. I think I threw the shell too early. Gonna count the chunk where we took a break? Of course. Listen. Nail. Binding Coil of Bahamut turn... No, wait, no. The second Coil of Bahamut turn 4. That's what Nail is, right? Literally stopped, what, four people in our group from picking the game back up for like 3 months? You have to count those 3 months as a part of the time dedicated to it, because, well, people got vibe checked. People were just like, video game hard, I don't want to do it anymore. Which I don't blame them, by the way, because we did not know what the hell we were getting into. Nothing prepared us for how difficult some of the stuff that how do I put this? We were expecting Nail to be hard. We were expecting a couple of the other turns to be hard, right? We weren't expecting almost literally every turn past turn 3 to be difficult for us. The first turns, right? The first 3 raids were like, yeah, this is not too bad. The fourth one was a bit of a struggle, and then literally everything after that gave us some sort of issue. The urge to play WoW returns every time we talk about Final Fantasy XIV. Don't do that. Just join us in Final Fantasy XIV, okay? If you start now, you'll be just in time to join us for the next raid series. You will not? Aw, come on. It's free. Nothing's better than free, come on. Ah. The class you want to play isn't there, and there's no free PvP for free players? Yeah. That's unfortunate, but to be fair, like, they do have to sell the video game. Also, you can play WoW without paying because you have gold saved up? Oh. I didn't know that was a thing in WoW. Can't believe World of Warcraft started copying RuneScape and letting you pay for your sub with gold. Yeah, okay, so I throw this here. Oh! What? If he... I'm confused why he jumped last time. Is that the dreaded WoW token you always hear about? Anytime I go back to RuneScape, that's what I do. I don't pay for a sub. I just use my in-game gold to pay for it. And then so the way it works in old school RuneScape, right, is that like you buy the item in-game from someone else or gold. And you get not a month, but you get 2 weeks of membership. Why the fuck does old school RuneScape cost fucking money to play? Because they have to, because it's a game that's still in active development and they have to pay for server costs and whatnot. You know it has something like a sub, you mean, because it's always had a sub. That's the way it's always operated. You know it has something like 70,000 active players right this moment, right? 70,000 active players right this moment is not like a cheap server upkeep. We're talking a large number of maintenance costs alone. You will never understand why, because it's a game that has a lot of things to do, and a lot of them are very, very satisfying. I will still stand by that, like, outside of fighting games, I have never had more fun in PvP than RuneScape. Current PvP, I don't know. I don't participate in, like, current PvP. But the PvP back in, like, 2010, 2011 was peak. There was tons of risk reward, there was tons of build viability. You could, it was just, there was just a lot to do in RuneScape PvP, okay? Like, a lot. You could do low risk, low reward type stuff. You could do high risk, high reward type stuff. You could do very fast paced stuff. You could do very slow paced stuff. People always be more interested in an MMO with a sub cost because every free-to-play MMO you've ever played is horrible microtransaction hell. Yeah, and see, that's the thing about RuneScape. Like, the free version didn't have any of that. Currently, RuneScape 3 or whatever the hell they're calling it, the modern one that people don't actually like or play, it does have microtransactions, and that's one of the reasons why people don't like it. But for a very, very, very long time, both versions of the game were without microtransaction. And it was just a matter of like, oh, you're paying for the sub to get access to the content. And if your sub runs out, then that's fine. It teleports you to one of the free cities, and like, you've still got all your gear equipped, you still got all your stuff in your bank. You can re-up it at any time that you want. You know, this segues nicely into a topic that I wanted to talk about today. So, I am currently looking for a game, and I think it's going to be a while before I find one, but I am currently looking for a game that will be like a home base for a stream, you know? And what I mean by that is I am just looking for a game that we can come back to a lot and like make slow incremental progress in, just here and there whenever we don't have other stuff to do, or like at the end of a stream to chill. Is that not this? I mean, this is like kind of like that, but I just mean like, how do I put this? This is a bunch of different hacks, right? And they're all I'm going to get better over time. I mean, so that a game that you can see the progress in via just the game. How would I put it? Okay, so the reason I say it's a good example is a good transition point for the conversation. Sorry, my brain is like doing like 40 million different things at once, right? We were talking about RuneScape, and I said that's a good transition into the next conversation, because I had an idea, and I'm not going to go through with this idea because I don't think it'll be that entertaining. But I had an idea of like, start a new RuneScape character and just only play it on stream, and then slowly build up the character until we can do, you know, the god dungeons, right? Something like that. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, where we can just, at the end of a stream, slowly but surely work towards a goal in a game. And I'm glad that Noble's not here right now, because I know that for a fact, if I mentioned something like this to Noble, that he would mention Kenshi, right? But basically what I'm looking for is just like a game with some open level of like progression that I can make a clear end goal in, and then just slowly work towards that. What the fuck am I supposed to do there? Whoa. What the hell is that about? Minecraft? See, Minecraft is not a bad suggestion, except I hate Minecraft. Minecraft is actually the perfect example of what I'm trying to talk about, right? Minecraft has a clear end goal. At least it does now, right? But there is an end boss that you can beat. And once you beat the end boss, you could consider yourself done. But there's like a billion different things you can do to get there. And a million different distractions you can take along the way. And you'll see clear progress as things go on, right? You'll start from nothing. You'll build wooden tools, and then stone tools, iron tools, diamond tools, etc., right? You'll start from no buildings whatsoever. You'll build up a whole bunch of different buildings. Unfortunately, I hate Minecraft. But that is the sort of thing I'm talking about, where you can see the steady progress from stream to stream via not my gameplay, but just like looking at the game itself. It's obvious to anyone that's watching. Terraria instead? Yeah, maybe Terraria. But if I did Terraria, it would have to be something different than just vanilla Terraria, because I have, I think, 800 hours in Terraria. So I have played a lot of that game. I'd have a mind to maybe look into something like Stardew Valley, right? But I'm not sure if that's the kind of game that I want to play. Because I'm not sure if I'd like Stardew Valley. Who are you and what have you done with Bob? Bob is never on at this time. Listen, 6 months ago, I had a consistent schedule and I was always on at this time, okay? Now me of the last few months, that's the person who was replacing me, okay? The real me is back. You could play the crazy person seed? What is the crazy person seed? Start in hell instantly on hard mode. That sounds crazy hard. What? I mean, yeah, that is a crazy person seed. Who would want to do that? Anyway, so like I'll be thinking about this idea for probably a while. I now have a solid plan for what we're gonna do once Persona 5 and Elden Ring end. Like I know what I want to be playing in the absence of those games now, right? So I'm not currently worried about that anymore, right? But I just kind of want, I don't know, I want something that'll be consistent and like in every stream or almost every stream type of thing. Do For the Worthy seed on Master difficulty. Okay, what is For the Worthy? Master difficulty, that kind of doesn't appeal to me, if I'm being quite honest. I mean, I've done the other difficulties, but I don't know, something about Master just seems unfun. I'm not playing Terraria for a challenge, you know? I'm just playing Terraria because it's a fun game. I don't necessarily need it to be the most difficult boss fights in any 2D game I've ever played. For the Worthy ramps up difficulty even more and changes some functions in RNG. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna say no to that one. It's not like a terrible idea, right? But such as bunnies having a 66% chance of becoming explosive. I mean, that sounds funny, That sounds pretty funny. But I'm not sure I'd want to spend a whole lot of time in that game. And trees and flowers dropping bombs on you. Yeah, Yeah, see, what I should do is, for the worthy seed on master difficulty, also playing hardcore. You know? That way, anytime I die to some bullshit like a bunny exploding on me, I have to restart. That's a joke, by the way. That sounds like the worst time that seems like the worst thing ever. I'm sure someone out there is doing that, or has done that. But to that person, I have to say, like, you need to find a new video game to play. I say as I'm sitting here doing incredibly difficult Mario levels. A streamer once speedran it. I've also considered something like that, a speedrun game that we keep coming back to, right? But that's also, like, it's more in line with this sort of thing that I'm doing right now. And I'd like it to be a slightly more chill experience. Also, the only game I'm interested in speedrunning is a game that I don't have any way of capturing footage for at the moment. Like, if I was gonna speedrun anything, I would speedrun what I used to speedrun back when it came out, which is Metroid Dread. Because that game just feels really nice and has cool tricks. And the no major glitches category for that is actually really interesting and fun. You could try the game you finished not long ago, Overkill-esque, with a story and challenge level. Your challenge levels. Yeah, and what was that, Kello? Keep letting go of that slightly too early. That jump there is... I don't know, it's the hardest one for me to get consistently at the moment. It does not feel... So this is in stark contrast to last time I was playing Mario. It does not feel like I have been playing this for 40 minutes. It feels like I've been at this for like 10, 15 minutes max. Oh, did Kello just try to... Yeah, Kello just tried to... I'm sorry, Kello. I forgot to put you on the list. I'll put you on the list. You could post links. Let me fix that real quick. Nightbot, go to regulars. New regular. You're on the list now, Kello. I don't know if it'll update right away, but you can post links now. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's Severed Steel. It's not long for story, but there's a ton of fun in the challenge levels with DMC-style-like systems. That sounds interesting, but I think... So, to clarify on what exactly I'm looking for, I'm looking for something that is, let's say, not necessarily super high on the challenge level, right? Something where the progress that you make can be clearly seen through gameplay, and that there's a bit of like openness to what you're doing. Right, the reason I used Minecraft as an example is because, like, when you start Minecraft, there's like a billion different things you could do. You can mine, you can craft, you can mine and craft. Right? You could build houses, you could, you know, clear mountains, you could just go fight mobs. Another idea I had is maybe like a city builder type game. You know? Not SimCity, since those games suck now, but like... What's that other one? I own it, but I don't remember the name because I own it on... Fucking... what? I own it on Epic, not on Steam. Cities Skylines, that's the one I'm thinking of. Something like that, you know? Dwarf Fortress. See, I actually know... I know next to nothing about Dwarf Fortress. Maybe that's a good suggestion. Ooh, Frostpunk? I don't know anything about Frostpunk either, so... I should maybe be writing these down. But, like I said, it's not... I'm not looking to do this, like, right away. I'm gonna be thinking about this for a good while. Probably at least a couple of months before I try to implement that sort of thing. I just thought it was a cool idea because there are a few streamers that, like, they've had games where, yeah, like, oh, I tuned back in and was like, oh, look, they've done this now, and that's neat. Or, wow, they leveled this skill and now they can do this thing. Cool. Right? Like, you tune back in and you notice the things that you missed, and it makes you want to stick around to not miss the next one. And if you watch from, you know, beginning to end, you feel like you saw the full journey, you know? Okay, I need to, like, engage my brain here. I was doing really well at this level for, like, the first 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, and then, like, no progress has been made. Okay. Oh, I was turning around to throw it right then. Ah! I'll never make fun of people in movies ever again that just, like, freeze up when the, like, big piece of rubble is coming right at them. And so the superhero has to, like, guard them with their body. Because that's what just fucking happened right there for me. I saw the big boulder coming at me, and I had to have Spider-Man swoop in to save the day. Because I just froze. Like a deer in the headlights. My brain was like, what do I do? What do I do? Okay. Throw it now. Dude, that's fucked. That jump, that double shell jump there from left wall to right wall, that's fucked. How am I getting enough height for that? Oh boy. Oh. Man, where the fuck is the next Rivals balance patch? Seriously. I thought we were getting a balance patch like the moment Evo was done, and then we got nothing, right? Supernova was shortly after. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna hate on Supernova, but really, let them suffer. Okay? Let them suffer and just let them adjust. Or just have them play on pre-patch. Like, who cares? Generally, I think in terms of timing, right? It's unfortunate Supernova was literally the next week, right? But also, you just had tons of new people introduced to your game through Evo. You really should have excited people by putting out a patch. They announced a new character and he looked cool, but aside from that, what was there to entice people to play right that day, right that week? Nothing. There was nothing. Like, if they had done a big balance patch right then, that could have excited a lot of new players, because... Fuck me, dude. They could have excited a lot of new players, because a lot of, people who were already playing would be like, wow, new patch, big patch, cool. Can't wait to see what they did with XYZ. Right, like, if I see Hal being like, wow, these changes to Claren are crazy, as a new player, someone that doesn't know anything about the game, I'm like, what does he mean these changes are crazy? I should check that out. Maybe now's a good time to get in. Which is why, and I'm gonna go off on a bit of a tangent here, Street Fighter 6 Season 3 is the most disappointing fucking Season 3 of any Street Fighter I have ever seen. Because nothing changed. Nothing changed. The game is still the exact same game it was at launch. The biggest change is that now you have to be standing in the right high or low in order to perfect parry something, but like, who gives a shit? No new mechanics, no overhauls to the entire systems, nothing. The most underwhelming it might as well just be a season 2.5. Or season 1-3. That's why I haven't gone back to Street Fighter 6. I mean, I went back to that once for the birthday stream, but I haven't gone back, like, outside of that stream at all, because it just doesn't feel interesting enough to go back. It's the same game I was playing a year ago. Devs are so afraid to change their games nowadays. Yeah, they really are. I think, and this is kind of a crazy thing to say, I think Street Fighter 6's initial success and being such a huge, well-received game at launch is actually biting it in the ass right now. Because by this point in both Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, they had made massive version-changing like updates that totally changed the game. And with Street Fighter 6, I could be doing the same exact combo routes, the same exact strategies as I was doing day one with Yuri, and it would still work. It would still be fine. Wish they wouldn't see it like everyone likes the game as is. Yeah, I mean, and it's not even... So, like, people have issues with Street Fighter 6 and these other games that, like, aren't changing. Right? If I look at, like, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising, right? It's made more changes than Street Fighter did, that's for sure, but it's kind of in a similar situation where, like, we're significantly into the game and things are still pretty much the same. Like, as much as I don't like Guilty Gear Strive, at least it made, like, some serious system changes to the game in its Season 3 and Season 4 updates. If these games were like perfect games, then it would make sense that they didn't want to significantly change anything, but there are lots of clear and severe issues that these games have. Fuck. Anyway. Yeah, I don't like currently the situation that a lot of these games that I've been playing are in. I have hope that City of the Wolves will do some pretty serious balance patches, because KOF 15 did some pretty serious balance patches that changed the meta up significantly. And those systems as a whole were more well thought out than some of these other games. Chiefly because they're building off of an existing system, an existing game series already. Whereas Street Fighter 6 and, like, some of these other games, Tekken 8, right, are really not. They're trying to reinvent the wheel. So I have hope that City of the Wolves will actually have good balance patches, good changes, good season changes. But man, stuff gets stale fast. Didn't Rivals 1 have, like, whiff lag? Yes, it did. I don't remember. It had whiff lag, but it didn't always have whiff lag. Why are you asking this in particular? Are you asking because it was, like, a significant change that whiff lag no longer exists? Personally, Rivals 2 for you can't get stale, but you do understand how PvP games can get stale. It's not even just a matter of, like... Okay, it's not a matter of, oh, Street Fighter 6 is so stale. It's a matter of how do I put this? It's not a matter of Street Fighter 6 is stale to play. I could still play it just fine and learn new things basically every time I play, right? I'm not so good at the game that I can't learn new things every time I play. But it's a matter of, like, I watch, or really watched, because I'm not watching a lot recently, but I watched a lot of Street Fighter 6 in Season 1 and Season 2. And I was just hoping that Season 3 would change up the things that I am seeing when I'm watching it. Not so much the way I am playing it. You're wondering if whiff lag or something like that would make Rivals 2 less mashy. I mean, it definitely would. Whether or not whiff lag is the answer to the problem, I don't really know. Speaking of Strive, if you watch Lucy's beginner guide, she has quite possibly one of the worst looking supers you have ever seen. Oh, does she? I have tuned out. I mean, I was never really tuned in, but I have tuned out of even looking at, like, character trailers or anything for Strive anymore. I didn't watch... I don't even know what Unica does. I haven't seen a single move of hers. And, Lucy... I could not care less about Lucy. She's from an anime I haven't seen. She's in a game I don't play, so... It might as well just be a normal attack. Oh, that's pretty funny. You gotta love the supers that are just normal attacks. Strive just feels so bad to look at. I mean, my opinion is that Guilty Gear has always been bad to look at, but I understand what you're saying. You're saying that, like, they took a game that had a visual style that was nice, it was cool, and they made it look bad over time. You can make the super look good, but you have to have 100% gauge, and the enemy has to be below a certain amount of HP. Oh, okay, so it's like a critical art in Street Fighter. You don't even mean that, you just mean watching combos happen just doesn't fill you with good feelings? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought you meant, right? Like, I dislike the visual style of Guilty Gear. Just all of it. Right? But even someone who doesn't necessarily dislike the visual style will look at the combos now and be like, these are not satisfying combos to look at. You think it looks fine, but that's basically it? Yeah, see, you don't hate the visual style like I do. I think the visual style is ugly as sin. And no, not the character Sin Kisuke from the video game series Guilty Gear. Just ugly as you know, a pile of garbage on your living room floor. Don't ask me why there's garbage on my living room floor, okay? Why do I keep messing this up? It's been an hour of this. I am taking a moment to stretch my hands. A stretch break is good. You shouldn't play video games for over an hour that are hard on your hands like this without taking at least a momentary break. And while you're at it, everyone, you should drink some water. should, it builds stamina. That's not true. That's not how that works. You shouldn't overdo it. Overdoing it does not build stamina. Your water's in the other room and you're too lazy to give it. Get it right now or reap the consequences. I mean, I've heard of lazy, entitled viewers, but come on. How bad do you think getting hit in the head with this shell actually feels? I have to imagine it feels like bad, but not that bad, you know? If it's light enough, then Mario can just pick it up and toss it like this. Then it can't feel that bad, right? It's like 80% the size of Mario. Well, that's fair. That is true. It is also very, very large. Pretty sure you heard someone died because a bird dropped a turtle on their head. That's... okay. I cannot fucking imagine that kind of story. Imagine if like your father, right, was just like the unlucky bastard who died because a turtle got dropped on his head. You would have the saddest fucking story of all time, but also like... unfortunately, it is also very fucking funny. Also dense enough to jump off of multiple times. I guess that's true. Ah! Okay, at this rate, I don't think we're finishing this hack today. So I have to be done with this stream today by 5:30, not 6:30, right? Because I need to... I promised I'd make my roommates some pizza before raids tonight. And since raids start at 6:30, I need about an hour to make pizza. So I don't have forever to keep doing this. If I want to be doing... if I want to be doing some Elden Ring as well, which I do. Feels like I didn't get to play like any Elden Ring last week. Can I make you a pizza too? Yeah, there's enough dough for multiple pizzas. All you gotta do is come down to Florida and then make it back in time for raids at 6:30 at your house, okay? I can make anyone in chat that wants a pizza. They just have to come visit me. Although do note that I do not have a spare bedroom at the moment, so... So you'd have to find like a hotel or something, you know? Fuck! Ah! I felt like that was it, but my finger just didn't release the shell the exact moment I wanted it to. I had to like... I was like, release now! No, now! Right? That's what was happening in my brain. Got it. You just have to go across the entirety of the United States and back in 5 hours. Exactly. I mean, you could, like... If you could get here in 5 hours, right? I have a Steam Deck. You could join Raid Night on the Steam Deck. What if you tip? Do I deliver? I mean, I don't currently... I share a car, so... I'm gonna say no. I think driving cross-country to deliver one pizza, I think my roommate might need the car within the several days that it would take. You're probably gonna have to sell your Steam Deck. Oh no. That's unfortunate. How come? Oh, God bless. I thought I hit the dino. I was about to flip. God bless. Requiem of Shell. That does not invite happiness. The name of that level does not invite happiness. Okay, we're gonna give this one a few shots. Probably like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. We'll feel out whether or not I think I can... feel out whether or not I think I can beat the level within like an hour or so. If not, then we're gonna move on right on to Elden Ring. If so, then we're gonna stick around for a while. But first, we need to hydrate. We need to stretch. That level was... The end of that level is something else. So far, that might be my favorite level from this hack. I'll have to... When I finish it, I'll have to go back and look at all the different levels. But that level there, the last level, was really cool. This is a sign that the Mecha Hydra dies tonight. If we can't beat Last Coil Bahamut turn 2? Is this turn 2, right? Tonight, then like we might just have to give up. 3 separate nights on one thing is too much. It's not that difficult. We're literally dying to one mechanic. So, chat, I've mentioned before, we're doing... My raid group and I are doing the first raid of Final Fantasy XIV, right? And we're currently on 1, 2, 3, 4, like the 9th fight, 10th fight, something like that, of the raid series. And we're getting this down almost perfectly, except for one mechanic at the very end. Like, we legitimately, the last run we did before we had to stop on last Wednesday was, it was a perfect run, except for the last mechanic. And the issue is that 4 people have to do this mechanic in tandem. And unfortunately for us, 4 of us know how to do it perfectly, 4 of us don't. Right? 4 of us know how to do it, 4 of us don't know how to do it, and it has never paired the 4 of us that do know how to do it with the 4 together, right? It's never paired those 4 specific people all at once. And so we just keep running into a situation where one of the pairs knows what they're doing, and the other pair doesn't. And if one pair messes up, the other pair dies. Teach the noobs what's the problem. The problem is, okay, so it's all reliant specifically on which direction the boss is facing, and the boss moves which direction it's facing. And the 2 pairs need to move in such a specific way that they are a certain distance away from one another. Okay? So what we did at first was all of this is happening while big, massive AoEs are going out that you need to avoid. And there's just enough space to avoid these AoEs and have the perfect distance between the two groups. So what we tried to do at first was everybody just goes clockwise around the boss. But that didn't work because of confusion. People just being confused. And so what we're trying now is that every group will shift up and down and never go... They'll never swap sides for the boss. But people are confused by that as well. So... It's a bit unfortunate. We have an entire whiteboard of like group discussion where we're trying to show the people that don't know how to properly do it, right? And the added thing about this, right? It pairs 2 people together and then 2 other people together. If either of those 2 groups of 2 get near each other, right? They die, right? It stacks a vulnerability stack on them multiple times per tick until they're dead, right? But if either of the 2 people that are tethered together in either of these groups separate too far, the same thing happens again, right? So the problem is, both of these groups need to be moving in tandem and keeping certain distance from one another, but both of the individuals in each of these groups need to be directly on top of each other. And so even if we've had a few runs where like both groups are perfectly moving in like the directions they need to be moving, but one of those people moved too far away from the other person in their group, everyone's dead now. It would be so much easier if it was just the 4 of us that knew how to do this perfectly, that were getting it every time. But every single time, because of the way it picks the pairs, every single time there is at least 2 people in that group, 2 people that are being tethered to the boss that just don't know what the hell they're doing. It's incredibly frustrating as someone that's just like, if we just did this, we'd be done. I understand the mechanic just fine, but it's a little bit frustrating that like nobody else, well, no, not nobody, half of the group doesn't. One of those situations where you're just waiting for other people to understand it, because if everybody was on the same level as you, you'd be done by now. Anyway, I didn't mean to rant about that. Okay, so what are we doing here? Cryo understands because Cryo is one of the 4 people that gets it. Oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. This might be interesting. Cryo is one of the 4 of us that's like, no, I know how this mechanic works. I know where to go and what to do. The worst part about this is that, like, again, we're doing literally all of the rest of this fight perfectly. Perfectly. Like, genuinely perfectly. Even the people that aren't getting this mechanic, they're doing the rest of this fight perfectly. We did, I think... Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. I think, what, like, 4 runs back-to-back where everyone was doing the mechanics with no issues except for the last mechanic. I keep letting go of the wrong button. I need to let go of the run button, not... Yes, like that. What did we get the boss down to? 4% or was it lower? It was 4.6%. Our best run was at 4.6%, and then we died. All because of one person being out of position. It was unfortunate. Oh, I'm supposed to spin jump there. Now, funnily enough, that is not the lowest we've ever gotten a boss without killing it. Sub 1%. 0.4% is actually the lowest we've ever gotten. So 4%, it's not that big a deal. But man, it didn't feel good. 4.6%, and we're just like, man, if a single person was up for like a few more seconds, we could have done it. This fight is also... I'm healing for this fight. It's pretty heal intensive. Which, I mean, I'm glad that I'm healing for the heal intensive fights, because I think it's the role that, like... How do I put this? In our group, I think it's the role that needs the most work overall. Or, no, how would I put it? I would say it's the role that we need the most consistent players on. And I am one of the more consistent players here. Oh, what the fuck? He went up, not down. What a bastard. I wish I had taken a screenshot. I could go do it, but that's too much work. But if I could just show a screenshot to illustrate what the hell is going on in this raid fight that is so frustrating, it would more properly get the point across, I think. You're surprised Noble has wanted to stay on Scholar the entirety of Coils? Yeah, I think it's like a point of stubbornness or pride for him at the moment. Which, you know, I can understand. If it weren't for the fact that some of these heal fights... some of these fights, the healing is, like, absurd, I would have maybe made it a point to stay on Bard the entire time. Yeah, Cryo, if you want to do that, cut a clip of us just messing the mechanic up. I would actually love to show that. And just talk about it for a bit, because it's a really interesting mechanic. And explaining it does not do it justice. And, you know, I'll just play the clip muted as well, so as not to put anyone on stream that doesn't want to be on stream. Or, you know, you could play it on your stream next time you stream or whatever. It's just, I want people to see it, basically. Dude, I keep messing up trying to match the speed with this spiny shell at the end. You know, this creator, FNB, first name Butt, he says he really likes shells, but I feel like in every single one of his hacks that I have played so far, there is a bouncing segment, or like a full level that's just bouncing. So maybe he actually just really likes bouncing. Wait, what the fuck am I supposed to... Wait, how the hell do you... Wait. You can't... Okay, wait. Can I... No, I can't. I was gonna say, how the hell do you... I'm confused. How am I supposed to shell jump there if the shell is spiky? I'm fucking... Can someone explain? Does anyone know? What the hell is going on? Shell spin jump? Yeah, no, see, the issue is you can't... I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll give you a clear example. Okay, I keep messing this jump up. The issue is very simple. I will explain when I get back there, which will be right now. The issue is very simple. You can't spin jump when you have a thing in your hand. Right? Both jump buttons, the B button and the A button, both do regular... They do regular jumps. So I'm just very confused about what it wants me to do. Like, my guess is that I need to throw the shell and bounce off the ground, but I feel like that's not giving me enough height. Yeah, see, that's not enough height. Have the thwomp crush it. Does it break the spikes? No, it doesn't break the spikes. I'm so incredibly confused. This level seems really... It seems doable, right? Except I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing here. Maybe... Maybe that shell there is just like a red herring, and I'm just supposed to ignore it and just try to bounce off the thwomp to get the height that I need. No, no. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? There's no explanation, there's nothing, I just... Oh, is this what I need to do? I think maybe this is what I need to do. Come back down. Oh, fuck me. I think I know what I need to do. And if that's what I need to do, fuck that. Fuck that. So I said you can't spin jump while you have a shell, which is true. You can't. What you can do though is you can throw a shell up and then spin, and you're spinning while you grab it. So I'm thinking what I need to do is throw the shell up, grab it midair, bounce off of the swamp with it, and then do a shell jump to the right. But that's a tall ask. Like, that's a... Yeah, that's 100% what it wants me to do. Right? I don't know. I don't know. That's... I am very confused. Yeah, that's what it wants. That's what it wants. That's fucking crazy, dude. What if you jump in the pit? I'll jump in the pit just for you. Just to show you. And hell, if you're right, you know, I'll gift you some cookies. Oh, look, there was nothing down there. I appreciate the thinking out of the box, though, you know? You'll be sending a clip in a moment. Oh, yippee. No cookies for you. Yeah, unfortunate. Just be right next time, forehead. Although I guess there's no guarantees of cookies next time. Oh, Cryo, did you ever figure out what you needed to figure out with Twitch alerts? Because I realize it's shortly after, but I think the conversation had moved on, that I totally misunderstood what you meant when you asked about Twitch alerts last time. You think so? Okay. Because I, like, totally misunderstood what you were asking last time, because yes, I have, in fact, used, like, Twitch's built-in alerts. Oh, fuck off. I want to land this upcoming trick with the thwomp and the spiky shell. Like, I want to land it at least once before I, like, move on. But I'm not sure if we're gonna beat this level today. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm also just not sure how long the level is. You're about to upload it to unlisted on YouTube again? That's probably your best bet, honestly, but because Discord is like, oh, I'm sorry, what's that file larger than 4 megapixels? Was that file larger than 4 bits? Fucking, I hate that. I hate that I fucking just did that. I hate that keeps happening like that. I hit my head and then I don't land on the thwomp. Incredibly annoying. Incredibly annoying. This level is very cool so far. But like this trick is crazy. Was too far away, I guess, or my spacing next to the thwomp was too much. Too much? Too little? Something like that. Oh. Just so y'all know, this is a bit unfortunate. We're on time this Monday, right? We're actually streaming Mario on Monday. Mario Monday is real. Except next Monday, it's not going to be. I have work next Monday, so I will miss next Monday's stream. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Work is, unfortunately, more important than video games. That being said, I might stream something. Why does it keep doing that? I might stream instead on, like, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Okay. Taking another short stretch break. This one's more for a mental break than it is a physical break. Because I keep messing up the thing that I haven't messed up, like, at all. Okay, the video has been sent. Oh, perfect timing. Okay. Let's see if I can't swap over to... Oh, yes, please. Thank you. Swap over to a screen display. This is labeled fun times. Let me... I'm gonna mute this for a moment. You all can't hear that, but I can, so... And that's annoying. Yeah, we're going to... Okay, so this mechanic is very, very simple to explain, but hard to understand, really. Okay?
God damn it, it's me.
Red, you gotta come over.
Two people here got tethered with this blue and black tether, right?
Real quick.
Two people over here got tethered
my
with
way.
these green and red tether, right? These two groups of people need to stay at least the distance of this boss apart, right? They need to stay that far apart from one another, and they need to stay like within 2 character distances of one another, right? While that is happening, this boss is going to be throwing out big cleaves and AoEs like this and like this, right? These people need to be going in opposite directions, right? They need to be going in opposite directions of one another while these things are happening. Otherwise, this happens. They just took just an absolute ton of damage because
I am so done with this mechanic being able to be placed on healers. It is easily the most, or none.
okay. So to show you what needs to be done here is very, very simple. This group over here, that's me, and that's Noble there, the Soul's character. They need to stay on the left side of this boss. This boss is going to do these moves, right? They go here. Okay? These people stay on the right side of this boss. That means they go right here. They're both in perfect positions as they are. Okay? Now he's going to turn and do another one. These people go up, these people go down. They stay on this side of the boss. They stay on that side of the boss. They never cross over the front or the back of the boss. Okay?
We're gonna go this way slowly.
This is the mistake these people made right here. They decided to come, for some reason, over to this direction instead of staying on their side of the boss, their section of the boss. They, after that big cleave, right? After this cleave,
This way slowly.
they need to go fuck off over in that direction. They need to only stay over there, never crossing over the front of the boss. That is what got us killed in this instance, okay? Noble and I, who had the tether here, went to the proper position right here. Because we're on the right side of the boss's right side, right? And we can't cross over to the back. We can't cross over to the back and to the left. Whoever these two, I think it was Rat and So, no offense to them, they went the wrong direction.
No, go the other way. You're supposed to go the other way.
We're going back in.
It's really that simple. The issue is that, like, it's just in the moment people are getting very confused on where they need to go. It's as simple as stay on the same side of the boss, moving upward and downward, because there is an upward spot or a downward spot, depending on which cleave he's doing, which AoE he's doing, that is safe on both of his sides.
Most, or none.
It can be a tight timing that makes people panic. It is the tight timing that is making people panic, but, like, we're having more difficulty with this than I felt like we should. Just because, like, I don't know. People are just having a rough time with it. I think it's probably just because we're tired at this point. Oh, then throw in the fact that if he does those AoEs in a certain order, right? He does those AoEs in a certain order, and afterwards he does an actual cleave in front of him, like he swipes in front of him, and that doesn't have an AoE marker. It just happens automatically. And if you're anybody but the tanks standing in front of that cleave, right, you're just dead. So as soon as those AoE markers are gone, you need to get the hell out of dodge. But yeah. It's... The worst part about it for me is I'm playing tank, and Noble said it in that clip. I'm so sick and tired of the fact that this mechanic can happen to the tank. Right? Trying to heal while that is happening is absolutely awful. It's just terrible. You're trying to do the mechanic properly, and you're trying to heal someone at the same time, which means it heals. They take 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds to cast. Playing the healer in this situation just sucks ass, because you're just like, man, I'm trying my best to keep people up to make sure the tanks don't die as soon as the mechanic ends, but like, when do I actually get the time to heal if I have to be constantly moving and adjusting myself with my teammate? Oh, and one other thing I didn't mention, you have to be within 1 character-length distance of the boss if you want to do any damage to him in that phase. Because for some reason, they decided to make it so that regardless of what job you're playing, what role you're in, you have to be within melee distance. Did I mention if one person tethered dies, the other one does too? Yes, if one person tethered dies, the other one dies as well. And if they somehow manage not to die, like say the 2 tanks are tethered together and the second tank manages to like mitigation through or get healed through the death, they just have a bunch of vulnerability stacks, so they're gonna take a ton of extra damage anyway and just die. And if one group gets too close to the other group, all 4 of them are dead. It's hell. But it's actually an interesting mechanic. It's just that, like, it's just that the coordination last time was just not high enough for people to get it. It's gonna die today. I agree. It will die today. It will die today, and then the second to last of the raid series will die today as well. And then next Wednesday, or this Wednesday, we get to do Bahamut. The final of this raid series. And then we have to have the tough conversation of what do we want to do next. Wait, is FF today? Yes, it is in fact Monday. That one's gonna be rough, dude. That one's gonna be rough. Get you to do more stories so you can do more stuff with us? I mean, yeah. I hate that I keep doing that. I keep pressing the jump button at the exact wrong time so that I just barely don't get enough air. Okay. Dude. How am I supposed to space this? Like, okay, well, not that close apparently. You're not sure how Wednesday is gonna go. You're only gonna be available for 2 to 3 hours that day, probably. Oh. Oh. That's unfortunate. I might not be available next week at all. Like, so... I don't know. I'll have to double check, but I legit might not be able to stream next week. Any day of the week. Like maybe Thursday. I know for sure I won't be able to stream on Monday. It was gonna be worse. So my boss called me and was just like, hey, you know those 4 jobs you had lined up? Well, now those 4 jobs are 1 job because the client decided to cancel. Which sucks. But there was gonna be actually like maybe a full week and a half of like, I can't stream. But that would have been okay because I need to work. Oh, I never restarted the timer. That's obviously why I haven't been, completing this. Okay, I'm gonna give this a few more attempts, and then, like, we're gonna swap on over, because it's getting hot in here, and I would like to take a break and turn my AC on. But I did this weird thing where, like, I don't want to turn my AC on until we swap to Elden Ring. I don't know why. I just kind of always play Mario with the AC off. Okay, I clearly need to just move on. My brain is not, like, I don't know, I'm not here. Mentally, I am still in that raid clip we were just watching. Give up, you have failed. Wow. Really encouraging words from my mod. I got the trick. I got the trick. Oh, fuck me. I did the thing, but then I clipped the edge of that because... I'm gonna need somebody to to clip that, maybe, I guess. I don't fucking know. That's so upsetting. I cannot believe I bumped the very edge of that block. What a terrible way to go out. I'm gonna give it a few more attempts and see if I can get back there, but otherwise, like, yeah, we're gonna be swapping to Elden Ring shortly. You don't think it's a great clip? Okay, well, if your, executive decision there is that you don't think it's a great clip, then I don't know. I don't watch clips. I don't make clips. Clips are elusive to me. It's like, I'm not saying I don't get stuck in the dopamine machine that is YouTube Shorts, but the clips specifically, just, they don't make any sense to me. They never have. Back in the days when people were like, look at this sick Call of Duty montage, I didn't get it. I never did. For me, it was always just like, no, I'd rather just watch a full video. Right? Okay, we're back. We're back. Oh, shit! The cloud automatically goes up. I hate this game. The cloud automatically goes up. Why? I didn't know that. You know how long it has been since there's been a cloud in a level? Like, I don't know if I've ever actually done a level with a cloud like that. I've watched other people do levels with clouds, but, like, watching someone else do it does not inform you whatsoever that the clouds automatically go upwards like that. Okay. We got this. We got this. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. I'm stuck in the one more mentality. I made progress, so I'm like, I can do it. Even though I really should just swap games. Dude, I keep doing the same thing. I am trying to bounce a little too early. And so I'm getting too much air and not actually bouncing off of it. If I don't get this in the next 2 minutes, we're just gonna swap. Okay. This is it, right here. Okay? It's easy peasy. Oh. Easy peasy. Don't touch that. Thank you. Fuck me. Ah. Okay. That would have been easy if I just did the shell bump the proper way. I hate it here. That was... Okay, we're swapping over down the ring. We'll finish this level next time. I know exactly what'll happen if I don't swap. What will happen, beat for beat, is I will get back there one time in the next 30 minutes, mess it up again, and then it'll just... Okay. We're swapping over down the ring, I think. Mario is a fun video game. I enjoy playing it.